slabs based on different consumptions that we would be charging them. So there is, for residential consumers, there would be different charge. For industrial and commercial consumers, it would be a different charge. For shops, it would be a different charge. And depending upon the consumption patterns of those people, they would be charged.
So can you explain the business model, please?
The business model is a very simple business model. It is in terms of we provide electricity, especially to the households at a very, very low cost, which is lower than the Jyoti and Kutik Jyoti rates. To the industrial and the commercial consumers, if you have a flat mill or a rice huller or oil expeller, it would be at a rate which will make it affordable to them, and they can over a period of time generate enough revenue to pay for this. So that's the business model, whereby it will be targeted to the type of customer and the usage pattern, and based on that the tariff will be fixed.
I'll just add on the business model that our Smart Power India experience has proven that even very low income homes and households in very rural communities will pay for power. And we've seen through nearly 200 established mini grids and almost 200,000 customers that those households pay on time at a higher than 97% rate. So the assumption that a lower income family is not able or willing to pay for high quality, reliable, on-demand power has been proven to be different by the Smart Power India team and its commercial partners.
This is Jyoti from Business Standard. I just want to understand what will be the role of the two partners, in the sense of will the Rockefeller Foundation be providing some kind of financing to the company, or will there be an equity partnership, and what role will Smart Power India play in this venture?
Well, Smart Power India has helped develop quite a lot of learnings and observations about how these rural microgrids can efficiently and effectively provide electricity to businesses and communities in rural parts. Themselves and their families out of poverty. And that is why the Rockefeller Foundation is proud to be your partner in this endeavor. 101 years ago, the foundation received its very first invitation to work in India to help fight the debilitating hookworm disease around Chennai. Since then, our commitment to India has endured for more than a century, from advancing public health and medical education to investing in the agricultural breakthroughs of the Green Revolution, to this exciting and extraordinary, unique public-private collaboration we are announcing today. This new partnership builds on recent work by the Rockefeller Foundation via our Smart Power India affiliate program to bring reliable and renewable electricity to people living without it. So I want to acknowledge that program as well as its many partners, including Tata Power, also Desi Power, Tara Urja, OMC, Husk, ITT, and many others, as those allowed us to develop pilot programs in those states that have proven that we can in fact use these new technologies to reach very low-income families and households with reliable, renewable electricity. On a personal note, I just want to share that I have come to observe how central electricity access, power, and lighting is to fighting poverty and making sure every human being gets to experience the dignity they deserve. After the Haiti earthquake in 2010, I saw firsthand how women and girls in particular were abused in unlit makeshift camps, and when we were able to provide electricity and lighting, they became safe. When supporting agricultural investments here in India and throughout Africa and Central America, we saw specifically how providing electricity and then business technologies to farmers helped women save their own labor and their time, increase their incomes, and invest in their families. And here in India, we have seen across more than 200,000 customers of our partners through Smart Power India, how mostly women-headed businesses, when they get access to reliable, renewable power, have been able to increase their business revenues by nearly 50% as a result of that electricity access. So we understand that this collaboration today is about launching the world's largest microgrid business, but it's also about helping the customers of that business lift up themselves and lift up their families, often out of poverty. The foundation is committed to science, technology, and innovation, and using those technological advances to allow people to lift themselves up. In this case, the technologies that we are going to jointly invest in are many, and they range from smart grid management technologies pioneered by the Tata Power team and used right here to manage the grid system in Delhi, to new energy storage and battery systems that we believe will bring down the cost of these types of installations and allow many more people to have access to power. We know that Prime Minister Modi has established a 24/7 goal for every Indian household to have access to power. We also know that despite some data that indicates that most Indian villages are now connected to grid power, there are still at least 100 million people in India that do not have access to electricity that is reliable. And that number is probably a dramatic underestimate of the number of people and businesses that would benefit from more reliable, lower cost access to power and energy. The rural economy in particular, which represents still 2/3 of India's population, is particularly struggling today with challenges in job creation and agricultural productivity. So we believe that this investment, which will create 10,000 microgrids in rural communities around the country, serve some 5 million households, and improve the lives of 25 million people, including delivering irrigation to more than 400,000 local farmers, will help improve agricultural productivity in the country, create more vibrant rural enterprises, and create the types of jobs that can be the basis for poverty reduction that's more sustainable and more durable throughout the Indian economy. On a global scale, this particular project alone will also reduce yearly carbon dioxide emissions by 1 million tons.
Diagnostics can be shared anywhere in the world, and thereby providing them at least the initial medical support and care that is being provided. Again, digital technology will help them in reaching out and finding what sort of crop or what sort of pest control or nutrients they need to use and what is the market. So I think the energy is just an enabler. and to that extent it will create the opportunities and especially the well-being that we are looking at. We are fortunate that we have partnership with Rockefeller Foundation, because at the end of the day, while we will produce energy, it has to be affordable and it has to be in large quantity. And we could only dream of this, and today we are talking of launching the first of our microgrid programs and going up to 10,000 is because Rockefeller Foundation is standing along with us and supporting us in terms of how do we arrange financing, which is patient capital, which is at concessional rates, and thereby giving us the know-how and the ability to leverage this technology in very many parts of India. We believe that this is the beginning of the long relationship that we will have with Rockefeller Foundation, and we will not only restrict ourselves to just 10,000 villages, but I'm sure the success of it will help us to go to many more villages. As you know, India has more than 600,000 villages. It will also give us opportunity to reach out to other parts of the world where again energy access is a challenge, energy poverty is an issue which is troubling very many people in the world, and how do we go and ensure universal access of energy. So this is the first of the big steps, I would say. They have been microgrids, but the technology and the innovation that has come in will help us to provide affordable energy, and that is what will be the game changer as we move forward. So I once again thank you, and I'm sure a little later in the afternoon. And I really appreciate each one of you coming here for covering this program. This has been an initiative which Tata Power has been working for the last many years, and the objective of this program has been to reach out to many people in rural parts of India and maybe at some stage internationally who do not have or have partial access of energy. And we feel that energy is actually an enabler for the transformation and changes that can happen in the rural areas.